We are talking UConn women's basketball here in this all-new video from Hoop Central. Thank you everybody for taking some time to again join us here on the channel. Today we are talking about targets for the UConn Huskies and in the class of 2025. Yes, I said class of 2025. Very, very early for a lot of these programs to be recruiting players from this class, but UConn, along with a lot of other programs, are starting to get involved with these recruits and are starting to show interest to a number of players. And here today, we're going to talk about 6 players that UConn is targeting early on. Something to keep in mind is that this interest and the recruiting of these players at this point is very light. Offers have not been extended at this point. Just some early interest, just some inquiring from Coach Geno, Auriemma, and staff. But there are a lot of talented prospects here in this class, and it makes sense to see UConn already jumping into some of these recruitments along with some of the other schools that we're going to mention throughout this video. ASGR has class of 2025 rankings out right now, and we're gonna go through these players based on those rankings. Again, 6 players we're going to be talking about here in this video, starting with their number 1 ranked player, 5'9" point guard Aaliyah Chavez. UConn is showing interest at this point. Arkansas and Texas Tech have extended scholarship offers. Baylor is also in the mix. They have started to recruit her as well. Ranked 3rd overall is 5'11" guard Chavez Lofton. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Houston, Arizona, Louisville, some schools that have offered her early on. Ranked 11th is 6'1" wing Zhen Craft. Florida, Illinois, Richmond, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and St. John's, some of the schools recruiting her right now in addition to the Huskies. Keeley Parks is ranked 14th overall. She's a 5'11" point guard, also being recruited by Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Auburn, TCU, Michigan, and Kansas State. Ranked 15th overall is Anaya Foy, 5'11" guard. Texas, North Carolina, SMU, Eastern Michigan, and Lamar, some of the other schools involved with her early on. And ranked 21st overall is Priyanka Ponim, 6'2" forward. We don't have much information on her recruitment right now. In addition to the UConn interest, previously attended a Penn women's basketball camp. That's about all the information that we have at this point on her. A lot more on the other 5 players though. And going back up to the top with Aaliyah Chavez, who's ranked number 1 overall by ASGR. A lot of people talking about her as a phenom type of prospect, one of those young players, 5'9" at the point guard position. When you watch film on her, and we just actually finished up watching some tape of her recently, you see the skills that an elite point guard has. Great court vision, whether it's off the inbound, in transition, in the half-court offense. She senses where that open player is. You look at her ability to shoot from the perimeter, and she can put her head down and slash to the rim. So you look at all those skills, and you put them all together, you have an elite player who definitely, I think, will be ranked number 1 consensusly throughout this 2025 class. But you got a lot of other really good players. We mentioned Chavez Lofton, also a backcourt prospect, has a lot of schools on her already. Arizona, Louisville are some schools that have offered at this point. Obviously, we know Jeff Walls in Louisville, they offer a lot of players early on. So does Arizona. No surprise to see those schools on the list. Most of the players on this list here play in the backcourt. 4 of these 6 players we're talking about are either point guards or shooting guards. Chavez Lofton going to Keeley Parks, who, again, as we mentioned, is ranked 14th by ASGR, has some good schools on her list. Anaya Foy has already visited Texas. North Carolina, we mentioned, has extended an offer. Zhen Craft, very skilled wing. Her recruitment is really just starting to pick up. You got a couple of SEC schools on there. Again, very early for all of these players, and we're not going to see these recruitments explode quite yet. We're not going to see schools get too serious yet. Again, inquiring with some interest, maybe a scholarship offer. The purpose of this video is just to kind of set the table for what UConn is looking at here in this class of 2025. Obviously, this list is going to grow from here. Interest could grow for some of these players. Interest could drop off. Recruiting is an ever-changing thing. Recruiting is one of those things that's never set in stone. You just never know what's going to happen. So these are just some of the players early on that we see UConn is showing interest in. And again, those are Aaliyah Chavez, Chavez Lofton, Zhen Craft, Keeley Parks, Anaya Foy, and Priyanka Ponim. So that is all the time we have for you here in this video from Hoop Central. We are making the push for 1,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed yet, definitely go ahead and do so. Give this video a like. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. We got a ton of new stuff coming out. You're not going to want to miss a single video. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Hamilton Neal signing off. Thanks for watching.